So they are really sick of hearing my anecdotes, so now you're going to hear them. And they won't listen. The first piece on the program meant something special to me in that I dedicated several years of doing work on music at that time. It was the Collegiate Church of Brussels. Don't ask me why. I just needed to go to a place with a lot of cheese and beer. And Brussels seemed like a logical place. But anyway, this manuscript that I worked with that had these 12 unknown string sonatas or symphonias, and then there were 2 other gratuitous ones that were very odd. It was still the same composer, but at different phases, handwriting. When you take the manuscripts of these 2 other pieces and lay them out in a big table, you realize they were all cut from the same piece of paper. You could actually reconstruct it. So that had not been reconstructed since about 1718, when I dated these sonatas. The other thing that had not been looked at in hundreds of years, which pertained to these, were the choir boys had all studied an instrument, and they were between the age of roughly 9 and 16. And when they left the choir, they were given the choice of going to study theology, and in which case they usually went to the University of Louvain, or to become an advocate or a notary or a professional musician. And a few boys kind of disappeared, you can't really follow them. But what was so fascinating were the letters from the boys who went on to the university, wonderful packets of letters that were tied up with cord that hadn't been opened in hundreds of years. I'm thinking, God, I hope there's no smallpox on them. Conservation was opening and taking something and removing the needle that went through it and looking at the letters. And it was letters from their professors. I, the undersigned, father such and such, I'm the proud professor of little Simon is studying so hard. Right? Please send the son of 15 Rhymes Gilbert to continue. So, because of that, what we have determined is with these sonatas, if you notice, some of the really fascinating second violin parts, do you mind playing like the first, maybe you guys, Donna, and just play like the first 2 measures of the first movement of the Brehy. Listen to this writing. That's why I keep buying on coffee. Well, then Jeremy's part. Violinist, a gentleman by the name of Paulus Bowens, and part of the training of the boys was to play the simplified parts while Paulus would play the more complicated treble-dominated part, and they were all up on the choir loft, which is referred to as the jubé, the doxal, and they played during the offertory, so everyone could say, look at those wonderful boys playing there. Oh, we have to get lots of money. I bring you to thanking a lot of the Fiocco donors, so Georges and everybody that's here for making this possible. And just before we ask you to help us with the Venus and Adonis, I'd like to just play a little bit more of this, because this has not been played since 1718. And it's really quite fascinating to be able to do this music again. And I just, for my own edification of dedicating years and years to this, I would just, if you would indulge me in hearing a little bit more of it. I won't play as much as Jeremy wants to. And then when he leaves, we know it's the farewell symphony.